Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love MMA as much as I do. I've been back and forth on this fight for weeks now between Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway, their third fight. Because I know I have some new people watching. I don't necessarily just go off of who just won the last fight or fights for this matter. I'm looking at more into recent fights. I'm looking at who both guys have beaten, who they've lost to, how good did they look doing it? How bad did they look? I look into a lot of those things because the first time these guys fought, it was over 10 years ago. I was still in high school when they first fought. And this was actually Max Holloway's first fight in the UFC. He had only 4 pro fights in it, and he lost that fight by submission. And then fast forward to 6 years ago in 2019, these two fought for the interim lightweight championship. And Poirier beat him again, but this time it was a decision, and it was very competitive. I know both guys have had a common enemy in the last year or so, Justin Gaethje. Poirier got knocked out by Justin Gaethje and really got destroyed in that fight. And then Holloway also fought Gaethje last year as an underdog, by the way. And Holloway broke his nose and then was pretty much in control of that fight from after that, which happened in the first round. And main events and championship fights are 5-round fights automatically. Anything less than that is like 3 rounds. And each round is 5 minutes. And what's crazy is Holloway pretty much risked himself in the last 10 seconds of the 5th round and told Justin Gaethje to come to the center of the octagon and let's trade. And they traded blows. They were hitting each other. Holloway knocks him out with 1 second left, and Justin Gaethje had never been knocked out before. So what I'm saying is I know they've also both have fought good fighters. In my opinion, since their last fight, Holloway has fought higher level competition. Volkanovski 3 times, lost all 3 fights, but he didn't get knocked out. Poirier has fought Conor twice since then. Now, Conor is a high-level fighter, obviously, but clearly, has not been very active, and this was 4 years ago. Holloway has fought top 10 featherweights. He's fought Calvin Clatter. He's fought Arnold Allen and somebody else he fought. He beat all those guys. Poirier has fought for the lightweight title already twice since then. He's been choked out in both fights. He got knocked out by Gaethje. And Holloway, outside of getting knocked out by Poirier, who, by the way, was featherweight champion and vacated the belt to move up to lightweight, is undefeated. So for me, it came down to who has looked more impressive and who do I think has more left in the tank to go. I got to go with Max Holloway, And it really doesn't matter about the first 2 fights because if you look back in history, Rampage Jackson has fought Vanderlei Silva. And when they had their 3rd fight, nobody picked Rampage because Vanderlei knocked him out both times. Next thing you know, they fight in the UFC for their 3rd fight. Rampage knocks him out cold. Speaking of knockouts, I have Max Holloway by knockout within the 3rd round because Max Holloway has had a lot of knockouts. And in the last several fights, he has shown really good head movement, and not getting knocked out outside of Poirier. Poirier, on the other hand, has been knocked out a few times. Recently, he was knocked out pretty bad, and he's been submitted a lot of times. Max Holloway has shown really well-rounded skills, and he does take damage, but he also knows how to hit and inflict pain. Poirier is, and I feel like because how they both fight very similar, they both know each other. They're both likely to go into a brawl mode at some point. I think Poirier is going to be the one to initiate and get caught and get knocked out. Max Holloway, outside of the last fight he just had, he's never been knocked out or put away with strikes. He's been submitted once, which was by Poirier over 10 years ago, and he's been beat by decision every time he's lost. Poirier has been finished a lot. So with that being said, because of the type of fight that this is, I think I predict this fight to be very exciting. Poirier is going to swing a lot and miss. And Holloway is going to connect and knock him unconscious within 3 rounds. Maybe even sooner than that because Poirier's already said this is his last fight. And like Dana White says, the president of the UFC has said, if you're already thinking about retiring in this business, you probably should. So I'm going to give the nod to Max Holloway by knockout. Early as 2nd, maybe late as the 3rd or 4th round.